Wendy Ashby, the racist, sexist, and anti-Christian trustee with the Kitchener, Ontario-based Waterloo Catholic District School Board, has resigned. You may recall that last month it was revealed Ashby authored a shocking tweet in which she proclaimed the following, quote, "The most dangerous creature on the planet is the white Christian male. They're a threat to anyone who is not them," end quote. Now, dozens of concerned parents packed WCDSB meetings in late April and early May, demanding this trustee step down. While two trustees issued public statements condemning her tweet, the director of education and other top officials with the board seemed hell-bent on sweeping the Wendy Ashby controversy under the rug. For example, the board banned reporters from independent media, such as Rebel News and Campaign Life Coalition, for 2 years. Apparently, asking impolite questions is not permissible. I think that's called shooting the messenger. Not to worry, this ban will be legally challenged in the weeks ahead, folks. The board also chastised concerned parents for being disruptive, i.e. demanding the resignation of Ashby. Incredible. However, despite receiving protection from the school board, Ashby has now finally tendered her resignation. However, her letter of resignation makes for incredible reading for all the wrong reasons. The theme is this: Ashby offers no apology to her egregious statements. Rather, she seems to paint herself as a victim. Let's dissect this incredulous document. Quote, "Diverse voices, when elected, come with truth and history. Expecting these voices to assimilate because the historical truth they challenge makes some uncomfortable is something that should be reflected on. There is no easy way to have these tough conversations," end quote. Translation: obviously, Ashby still believes that the white Christian male is the most dangerous creature on the planet. It's historical truth, after all, even though Ashby offers no examples. Quote, "The outrageous rage-baiting campaign that has been playing out illustrates the exact kind of harassment and routine bullying that so many kids experience. What's even more troubling is that this behavior is coming from adults. Most are from outside interest groups who have their own agenda," end quote. Analysis: the outrageous rage-baiting campaign is Ashby's own doing. Her tweet was racist, it was sexist, it was anti-Christian. And who are these outside interest groups? Again, Ashby offers no tangible examples. Quote, "This noise distracts from the important work that is being done to further diversity, equity, and inclusion at the Waterloo Catholic District School Board. The willingness of this board to lead in these areas is why I chose to be a part of this in the first place and why I so strongly support Catholic education," end quote. Analysis: that's rich, isn't it? She supports Catholic education, but hates Christians. Well, at least those Christians who are white and male. Quote, "I have been encouraged to continue the internal process and remain in my duly elected seat by so many. I appreciate the support. It was overwhelming, and I know that most understand the historical context to which I was referring," end quote. Analysis: again, Miss Ashby, could you provide us with the historical context that will back up your vile tweet? As for overwhelming support, can you quantify that, please? For example, was it 3 or maybe even 4 of your friends that urged you to stay on? Quote, "However, I have decided to vacate my seat at this time so that we can all return to our focus back to the important work that we have dedicated ourselves to doing," end quote. Analysis: Good old Wendy. What a trooper, eh? Taking one for the team. Methinks she should receive the key to the city. Final quote. I stand, as always, with our Black, Indigenous, people of color, and the 2SLGBTQIA+ community, particularly with transgender and non-binary folks at this time of great uncertainty and fear. I will be continuing my advocacy in a capacity where I will be able to challenge tough issues and bring lasting change in a way that is positive and meaningful. I hope that one day advocacy for these groups will no longer be considered an act of bravery, end quote. Analysis, why is it that among the rainbow unicorn community, Ashley particularly stands with transgender and non-binary folks? Aren't all of the alphabet soup people supposed to be equal? Well, apparently not. And what is this time of great uncertainty and fear she speaks of? Are we at war? Are trans and non-binary folk being rounded up and put in concentration camps? Or does Ashby know some gender bender who remains curled up in the fetal position because this humanoid was misgendered? Bottom line, as they say in the sports world, a W is a W, be it a blowout, a photo finish, or a default. The career of one vile, racist, sexist, anti-Christian, uber-woke school board trustee has mercifully come to an end. In the months ahead, let's watch with interest to see who replaces Wendy Ashby at the Waterloo Catholic District School Board. Will the new candidate be a decent, common sense person who actually does care about Catholic education? Or will it be more of the same? Stay tuned. Hey folks, make no mistake, Rebel News was a huge piece of the puzzle when it came to the resignation of Wendy Ashby, despite a tweet dripping with racism, sexism, and anti-Christian hate. Most of the mainstream media, they were sitting this one out. So if you can, please go to rebelfieldreports.com. That's rebelfieldreports.com, and kindly make a donation so that we can continue to bring you the other side of the story.